Well, hello. It is Friday. Bear with me. I've got a few things that I just have to do here, and then we'll be going for the Friday show. It's Friday. Oh my God. People are probably wondering, what happened to his face? Well, I'll talk about that in a few minutes. I'm just waiting for a computer to start running. I can't see your comments otherwise, unless I look on my phone. And we are running on Facebook. There we go. Still waiting for a computer to start here. Just bear with me. You're probably wondering who the guy is hosting the show today. It's a no makeup kind of day. You can actually see my whole fat face today. It's going to be one of them days, I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's go back there. There we are. Still waiting for a PC to fire up here in a couple of minutes. This one takes, the laptop takes a few extra minutes. There we go. Now it's starting to come to life. There it is. I'm going to see your comments here shortly, as soon as I log in. We have 4 minutes to go before we actually get fully started. We're streaming today on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Facebook. We're on my personal page today. So we get a little bit more interaction until the first layer builds up. So let's go to my Facebook page where everything is happening and I can see everybody. I'm getting a ton of messages come up. There we go. Why is another page? I don't care about that page. It's one of those Fridays. Wow, now another page comes up. All right. So once this loads, I'll be able to see your comments. We have a couple of people watching. Thank you very much. As soon as I get in there, I'll be able to see who's watching, and then I'll be able to respond to your comments today. We have Cheryl and Kathleen. Why is this page not loading? Oh my goodness. You ever have one of those days? Because I'm certainly having one of those days today. Oh my goodness. It is 1:29 here in Calgary, so the show will start in less than a minute. And there we go. Now it's going, there we go. Now I can see your comments and I can respond to them. Okay, so here we go. We have Cheryl Campbell and Kathleen Sinnott with us today. It is Friday. You're probably wondering what happened here. It is Movember, and Movember is a time of the year where men all around the world shave off their mustache on November 1st and then grow a mustache in support of men's health. And that is not only men's health regarding cancer issues or prostate or colon or any of that, but it's also to do with men's mental health. And I think that Movember is a great time of year, and it is the one time of year that I shave off my mustache, I shave off my beard, and over the winter or over the next month, I let it all grow. In about a week's time, that mustache is going to be totally back, and Cheryl knows very well how fast my mustache grows. Yeah, you'll see that back in, by next Friday. We have a lot of things going on this week. This week coming on Monday, we have our regular live stream. And for those people who don't know, I will be from now on live streaming every Monday at 1:30 Mountain Time and on Friday at 1:30 Mountain Time. And I'm here to answer your questions. Cheryl just said, "Oh, that explains the baby face." Well, this is kind of an old grizzled face now. It's no longer a baby face. But thank you anyway for saying I have a baby face. I like that. I'm going to tell that to my wife when I get home tonight. Somebody said I had a baby face. But anyway, that being said, yes, so Monday we've got a live stream at 1:30. Friday we have a live stream at 1:30. I'm here to answer your questions, whether it's about live streaming, the kind of gear that I use. If you want to know more about that, I'm willing to talk about that. Bruce Callow joined. Hello, Bruce. I haven't seen you in a long time. And oh, Malik is here. Speaking of Malik, let's talk about Malik for a moment. This coming Wednesday, I will be doing a spotlight on Malik. Malik is the artist who created the designs for Batman and Wonder Woman. Latest designs out are the Ninja Turtles, Negan and Rick from The Walking Dead, and just released the other day was Catwoman, which I will be giving away next week. I'm going to hold a contest so that people can, help us get to 100 subscribers on YouTube. And that is for the first layer. We're looking for 100 subscribers there. Once we hit 100 subscribers, we can brand the channel, which means that we no longer have a youtube.com/biglongnumber. We get to actually put in our name, the first layer, and I'm hoping that you folks can help me out with that. Go and subscribe. It's all about 3D printing. We cover all kinds of stuff. This last episode that went up this week on Wednesday was our part 1 of the coverage that I did over at Maker Faire this past weekend. So I would appreciate it if you can tell your friends about the show, and if you can help us get to 100 subscribers. I'm just going to do a big draw, and that's what it's going to be. Everybody who is subscribed on YouTube will go into that draw, and then I will draw that name live on one of the live streams. So if you could go over to YouTube and just look for the first layer under channels, and you will find us, and please subscribe to that channel. Now, what is this all about? So what the first layer is we're exploring 3D printing and the entire world around 3D printing. Everything from getting your first 3D printer right through to finishing your models via painting or some other method. And we're going to explore that all the way through the next few months as we go into Christmas. We are going to be taking a couple of weeks off through the Christmas season. It's just so that I can decompress and I can get some new material ready for the new year. And then we'll be back in the new year right through till we take our summer break. And then when we take a summer break, that'll be probably a couple of months, June and July, and then we'll resume again in August or September. I'm not sure how that's going to all work yet, but we'll get there. It just gives me time to decompress. It gives me time to get out and see some of the other shows. It gives me time to get some more content for you guys. So that's something that we're going to be taking a look at. If anybody wants one of these fine stickers for the brand new show, you can find the address down in the description after this video goes away. For anybody that's here that doesn't know me for the first time, I'm Richard, and I have been in this industry of entertainment for Wow, 34 years. Cheryl, you probably remember when I first started with Caribbean Disco back when I was 17 years old. Cheryl Campbell and I go back a long, 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 long way. We've been friends since grade school and high school, and she's still one of my very, very dear friends, and I miss her dearly. She lives in Thompson, and I live here in Calgary now, and I don't get home often enough to see my very, very close friends, and I wish I could get closer to my friends. Anyway, that being said, again, it is Movember, so please show your support for men's health issues, both mental and physical health issues. Brett Pereira is here, another good friend of mine. Welcome, Brett. Brett and I go back a long, long way as well. Almost as long as Cheryl and I go back. Actually, probably as long as Cheryl and I go back. And Dirk Pitt, there's another good friend of mine. We don't go back quite so far, but there we go. There we see Brett. Dirk has popped out. He's probably having internet issues. Here in Calgary, I know Cheryl's going to laugh at me, but over the last few days, we've had nothing but snow. It started coming down on Wednesday, and it has not stopped. We're expected to get about a foot of snow by tomorrow morning. The roads here are absolutely horrible. It is nuts out there on the highway, on the Deerfoot, which runs all the way through Calgary and connects us down to the southern part of the province and up to Edmonton. It's just a straight shot. Yes, yes, we are old. That being said, let me just quickly talk about what's coming up. We've got Malik's on Wednesday's show. I'm going to be doing a complete spotlight, show you some of the new models. I'm going to be giving away a Catwoman model, which will be about 8 inches tall. And you'll have to put it together and paint it and do all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to do that for you. Kathleen says she's not looking forward to the snow starting where she is. I love snow. I miss it. Being here in Calgary, the saying is you wait 5 minutes and the weather will change. And it is so true here that you wait 5 minutes and the weather changes. So by Saturday, Sunday, a lot of the snow will already start melting. And probably by late next week, it'll all be gone. And then we'll get another big dumping, and then that'll go away, and you know the cycle continues until spring. Minus 22 in Thompson right now. It is minus 20 here with the wind chill, I believe. I think that's what it is here, and that's Celsius for my U.S. friends that are with us today. So let's talk a little bit about what's coming up in the next few shows. We are also going to start looking at useful 3D prints for your home. I did a survey. It's up on the Facebook group. If you're interested in taking part in that survey, just go and click what you're interested in and what you want to see me do here on the show. And that will be a big part of it. I want to thank Spool 3D. You can see I'm wearing the Spool 3D t-shirt today. There I am, bearing my handsome hairy chest. Spool3D.ca. They're a wonderful company. They have everything for your 3D printing needs, from filament to aftermarket parts to printers, and a huge knowledge base. If you're in the Calgary area and you want to stop by their showroom, they are on the internet. Just go to spool3d.ca and they will certainly get you over to us here. They have an address under the About Us section, so if you go there, we're usually here from 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. I am leaving early today. I'm going to be taking off actually right after I wrap up the live stream today to pick up my wife, because the roads are just absolutely nonsense out there. So we are going to talk about useful 3D prints. And what I mean about useful 3D prints are things that you can do on your 3D printer that will help out in your day-to-day life or life hacks. So you can see I've got the TARDIS back here. I now have it lit up. I'm just going to pull it forward here a little bit. So you can see that I now have it lit up, and if I pull that, you can see the lights go out. It's all just done with strip LEDs. I'm going to talk more about how I did this on the TARDIS, so that if you're into 3D printing, you can do one of these for yourself. And I'll show you where to get the files and all that kind of stuff. The files for this are free, by the way. Hello, Natasha. Geez, it's mostly a woman's day today. All the ladies are here with me today. I love that. This is great. Makes me feel special. Except for Malik. You know, Malik's here with us too, but getting a lot of ladies joining us today. That's awesome. And then we've got I'm going to show you how to do some upgrades on the Prusa back here. Let me just switch cameras. On this one that I built myself, we're going to show you how to do some upgrades. I got a little bit of stuff to do. Okay, Cheryl has to run. Well, thank you for popping in, Cheryl, and you have yourself a wonderful weekend. Hopefully I'll get home soon. Probably not until the new year, though, unless something comes up that I have to drastically come home immediately. But we will see you soon, or right here every week, twice a week. So yeah, that's we're going to work on that next week, or in upcoming episodes as well. And we are going to talk more about filament and the differences between filaments. And the filament, for anybody that doesn't know, is the plastic in which we use. Let me see if I've got some here. There we go. It's the plastic in which we use to make all of the 3D prints like you see behind me. This is it's an amazing process. This is actually by a competitor to Spool 3D. This is by eSun. Not bad, you know. It has its uses. So we're going to go into the different types of plastics that you can use, and what is safe to use and what is not safe to use. Jason Mentenko, thank you for joining. So we're going to get into that as well. Russell Skeet, another good friend of mine. Welcome, Russell. Wow, a lot of people I know that I actually know in the real world are actually joining me. Kathleen I know as well, but we converse online a lot. Or not a lot, but enough. What else we got going on? We're going to give you kind of an updated tour of what's going on here at the shop. We're going to show off Bigfoot, which is the big printer that I've been working on. And has anybody got any questions about anything while we've got things going here? If you've got any questions, just type them into the chat on Facebook, because I cannot see what's going on YouTube. Let me just see. Let me just go to YouTube. Why not? Why not, Joe? Let's just go to YouTube. Yeah. There we go. There's the live stream. And we'll see who's watching over on YouTube. Because I always seem to miss questions on YouTube. So we're going to go there. And then I'll bounce back here. Nobody's got any questions over on Facebook. And there's no questions on YouTube right now, but I will see them when they come up. Okay, so let's get down into some of the things that we did while we were at Maker Faire. I met a lot of people while I was at Maker Faire. I had a real tough time getting out of the booth to actually go and get the interviews that I wanted to get. So this week's episode, if you watched it, it is all about Maker Faire, and there's 3 great interviews. There's one with the Rocky Mountain Model Club, one with the Calgary 3D Print Club, YYC 3D, and there is also one with a good friend of mine, Cameron Farn, who has been working on a book called Red Sands. It's a science fiction fantasy book, and it is amazing. Natasha asks, my son Cole would like to know how long it took to make Batman. Batman in the background took roughly about a week to print all the parts. He was printed at 175% scale from the original files. The original file is only about 8 inches tall. So he was printed at 175. That's why he's so tall. He's just a little over 16 inches tall, I think, is what it boils down to. Joe Perez is here. Welcome, Joe. So yeah, if you've got any questions about the 3D prints in the background, we still have the contest for 250 subscribers on YouTube, and the 250 subscribers that we're looking for, that is actually quite something, because we're going to be giving you the Ray bobblehead. Whoever wins will get the Ray bobblehead, a beautiful poster, and a $50 gift certificate to spool3d.ca, and you can spend that on their website or come into the store with it, whatever you need to do. So that's for anybody that is not a member of our, or haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel. Please go ahead and do that. On Monday, we should have a brand new producer here for the live streams. Frank Osm, who is my graphic artist, and he's a guy who works on a lot of the artwork for me for this channel and for the parent business, which is Cleveland Media Group. He does a lot of the artwork, and we're working together because he wants to learn how to produce a web series. So he will be here, and I won't have to do any of the switching. I can just have your comments up here, and I can see all of your comments, which is going to be awesome for me. So that's going to be good. Now, from what I read today, you can now stream at 1080. You can now stream in full high definition on YouTube, or on Facebook, pardon me. I do have to confirm that, but hopefully we'll be getting a higher quality stream very soon as well. Does anybody have any questions about what we got going on behind me, or what we have coming up? Real quick, while I'm still here. Nothing over here. Nope, there's nothing over here. Okay. I cannot see your comments on Twitch, and I apologize for that. I only have so much real estate for monitors on my table. And I don't have surprisingly enough, it looks like I'm in a fairly big room, but I'm really not. The room itself would be, I think it's about 13 by 10. Joseph asks, it would be great to bring it up to 1080. Yes, it would be so great to bring it up to 1080. Mark Baker, welcome. I would really love to bring it up to 1080, because 720, although 720 is considered, there's my little buddy, he's at the window. 720 is considered high definition, but it's the low end of high definition. So you're only getting, you're still getting a good signal, and it's easy to transmit over the web. So I think that's why they're doing 720. But 1080p would be great. Hello, Jason. Welcome as well. Jason is up in Airdrie, and I'm wondering how bad the weather is up there, because it's getting pretty bad here, and how much snow he's got. Yes, Joe, you are absolutely right about that. He's saying that if you're broadcasting using your own data, your mobile provider may restrict you to 720. Now, I am not using mobile, obviously, today. I do have a mobile rig that I take out with me. I actually have two of them. One is up there that you're seeing me on right now. That's my big primary camera. I have that set up on a shoulder rig, so if I'm going out and doing some run and gun or news style coverage, I can take that with me. It has really good audio on it. Oh, you go by DJ. Okay. Then I will start calling you DJ. So what he's asking, or what he's saying, is that your mobile provider, if you're using your cell phone, actually I have mine right here. If you're using your cell phone, your mobile provider may only allow you to stream at 720. Now, I wanted to stream from the show this past weekend. The problem is that where we were, there was so much wireless traffic that it was really, really tough for me to get a signal that would allow me to stream. So unfortunately, I didn't stream anything. I wanted to stream, but I unfortunately was not able to. So there you go. But you will see all that coverage coming up in upcoming episodes. Getting back to useful print. So we're going to talk about the useful stuff that you can use your 3D printer for in upcoming episodes. That seems to be what everybody wants to see. And then we're going to start going through some of the other things, such as software, where you can find models. We're going to do some, as I mentioned earlier on, we're going to do some spotlights on different 3D modeling artists, such as Malik, who did these Wonder Woman and Batman models. And if you're into 3D printing and you want to get some of these models, go to maliks3design.com. Malik also has a Facebook page that you can become a part of, which is, you know, an amazing thing. We're coming up on about 20 minutes that we've been broadcasting now. Hey, there's Max Hernandez. Max is another good friend of mine, wonderful artist. If you're ever in the Calgary area and you're going to any one of the conventions that we have here, stop by Max's booth and pick up some of Max's artwork. He's an amazing comic book style artist. Also does some other type of art as well. And Max, check out Max's stuff. What else have I got going on? I think that's pretty much it. So as we get into December, which is just around the corner, we are going to do an episode all on, you're welcome, Max, all on doing stuff for Christmas. You know, I'm going to show you how to do an amazing thing I learned about recently. Red Winter Studios is Max's company. Sorry, got off track there. I'm watching I'm watching the comments here as I'm talking into that camera right there. So yeah, Max, check out Max at Red Winter Studios. And I think you can just type that in, if I'm not mistaken, just away you go. If you're not with us watching this as a live stream and you're catching this in a broadcast later on, please hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications. That way you're notified every time we either do a live stream or a new episode of The First Layer goes up. And I'd really appreciate it. Once we hit 100 subscribers, I can brand the channel, which is what I want to do. Once I hit 1,000 views, I can start to monetize the channel, which means I can make a small amount of income from the shows and you guys watching, just because of the ads that they place. Now, they're placing ads on all of my stuff anyway, but I'm not reaping any of that benefit. So hopefully you guys will go over there and subscribe. If you're not into 3D printing, I understand. Not everybody is. If you're into mobile broadcasting, I do talk a little bit about that, but I talk about that on the Cleveland Media Works or Media Group, Cleveland Media Group channel over there. And I don't put as many videos up there as I'd like to, just because my days are fairly short. Heath Tompkins from Down Under is joining us today. Heath is one of my modeling buddies, and not this kind of modeling, plastic model building. I'm doing very well, Heath. Thank you. My throat is still a little raw from last weekend, but we're doing okay. Yeah, as far as model building goes, I know if you watched Wednesday's episode of The First Layer, I was talking with Gavin Reese, who's a good friend of mine, and Gavin was kind of jabbing me a little bit about not building plastic models anymore. And although I'm not building plastic models, I am still doing model building in a sense, because a lot of the stuff that you can 3D print is kits. And Batman's a great example of that, and I'm just going to grab him real quick. Batman is a multi-part model. Let me go over this camera here, you guys can see him better. Batman's a multi-part model. So the head, the base, and from the knee down is all one piece. The midsection, the chest, the arms are two pieces. The cape is two pieces, which I haven't printed yet. This is done in silver PLA, the Spool 3D silver PLA. Why am I wearing a bib? I'm not wearing a bib, Mr. Manco. It's a t-shirt. It's not a bib. Mr. Manco, you got to watch that guy. He just comes in and trolls everybody. But he's kind of one of the people I consider myself closest to in this world here in Calgary. Welcome, Manco. Why aren't you out shoveling snow? You should be out shoveling snow, not worrying about my t-shirt being a bib. But yes, so building plastic model kits, I still kind of do that. I just don't have a lot of time to do it. Batman, again, is a multi-part model just glued together with CA glue, or super glue for lack of a better term. All of the plastic that you see behind me has been glued together, or the majority of it has been glued together with CA glue. Fashion police. Kathleen, yes. Yeah, he is kind of like the fashion police. But if you actually watch the way he dresses, the funny thing about it is that he kind of looks like the cross between a cowboy and a construction worker. So I know I'm going to get a phone call about this. I'm pretty sure I am. But that being said, guys, we're running on a half an hour here. Thank you again for joining me on the live stream. I'm going to get back to Friday live streams. Will be not so much a roundup anymore. They're going to be focusing more on the live broadcasting and streaming. So I will be opening that up for more comments about gear and you know how to get into it very cheaply using your cell phone. And I experimented with that at Maker Faire. I just used my cell phone, a shotgun microphone, and a little Gorilla style pod. And I'll talk more about that next week. So thank you, everybody, for your comments today. If you missed this on a live stream and you're watching this, still leave your comments down below, because I do come back and look at the comments later on, and I will answer your comments or questions. We are going to be doing a follow-up on the Duplicator 6, the Wanhao Duplicator 6 printer, that review that I did. I got some questions about that, so I'm going to cover that in an upcoming episode as well. So for now, you guys, if you're not in the snow, congrats. If you are in the snow, stay warm. You know, stay inside. That's what I'm doing this weekend. I'm just going to stay inside and veg and wear my sweatpants and look like a hobo. And remember, it is Movember, and November is Movember. And what that is showing your support for men's health issues, both mental and physical health issues. And if you want to know more about that, just Google Movember, and you can go to movember.org, I believe. DJ wants to connect during Messenger. Just send me a message, DJ, and I'm happy to talk with you offline. Absolutely. And there's no snow down under, just sun, Heath is telling me, and I hate you because you have sun. But that being said, you guys have yourselves a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday for the live stream at 1:30 Mountain Time, and we'll introduce you to Frank, and we'll go from there. So have a great weekend. I will see you there. You know, hang loose, like I always say, and do something creative this weekend. All right? You guys have a great time, and I will talk to you next week.